There are a couple teams in the NFL right now people are very interested in. And as I'm broadcasting today from New York, I will tell you the Lions are a team guys here at the station are talking about. Dan Campbell's a GD celebrity. People are rooting for this team. They like this team. They're interested in this team. Now, take it a step further. I am no friend of the Lions. I generally am negative about them because they generally suck. But I've told you from the start, I like what Brad Holmes is doing. I told you that even though I don't vibe with the way Dan Campbell does things, I can move past that if it gets results. And I told you I thought they were going to win 8 games this year. So here's my question. For those of you who don't believe, for those of you who send in all the ticket texts to David about 1957, and it's the Lions and the Fords, here's what I need to know. What is it going to take? Tell me what is it going to take for you to get on board when this team begins winning so you don't look stupid. Tell me what they have to do to get you to believe that this thing's actually headed in the right direction. This is, in fact, the haters' ball, and the podium is open for you. 248-539-9797. But when you call, please, I beg of you, I need reasons. Do not just call and burp out a take. Reasons. Rico Beard.
Mike, I think I may be in the haters' ball. I may be one of the strongest haters. For me, I need to see an entire season. I've seen 4-0 starts. I've seen 6-2 starts, and then everything just collapse underneath. I need to see you go all the way in, and I don't think it's too much to ask to make the playoffs and win a playoff game. I'm not saying you got to win the Super Bowl, but can you get to the playoffs and win one game? That's it. The Browns have won a game in the playoffs.
Hold on. Just so I'm clear, because I want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding. You need to see them win a playoff game to think it's headed in the right direction?
Yeah. I need to.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Mike, because I've seen everything else before. I've seen the 6-2 start, and then the whole thing just falls apart. That's nothing new. So, sorry. Because of the ineptitude of years past, you may not have had anything to do with it, but you live in that house right now. So, yeah, it's still on you. So, yeah, I need to see this sustained for the entire season. If that's asking too much, well, isn't that why you play NFL football?
All right, people. He's laying it down. So let's get into it. For me, I already believe. I believe in the roster construction. I believe that the NFC is down. I believe this offense is going to be a distinct problem for opponents. You know how I feel about DeAndre Swift. And, yes, I get it. The defense is not going to lead this team to victory. But if the offense can do its job, if the offense can do more than keep them in games, but maybe put immense pressure upon the opponent, you don't need the defense to do a whole lot. It's kind of how in Tampa Bay they're going to do it the opposite. Their offense kind of stinks, but Tampa's got the best defense in the league. So I'm in. Rico's on the other end of the spectrum. He needs a full season, results. He will not hop aboard until essentially they've arrived at the destination. Now, I do not pit Rico versus me. That's not what this is. I'm not interested in doing that show.
No, because you know what? For some people, they could say winning record by Thanksgiving. Others can say at the 8-game mark, you're 5-3, 6-2. It's what you are. For me, I've seen too much of this. Yeah, I need to see the Lions actually have a complete season from start to finish and represent and don't lose steam. That's what I want to see.
248-539-9797. Let's get after it. David, where are you at with this?
I need them to continue to be a top 10 offense by November 1st. So if they continue this for another month, what they're doing offensively, I'm on board with them. Just because to me, that breeds consistency. That breeds to me, it tells you they have a system in place that no matter who you place in there, a wide receiver, no matter who you place it at running back, because I think Swift may miss a game within that time period, it means they have something in place that's solid. So be a top 10 offense by November 1st.
Okay. David sets a November 1. I'm fine with that. Kenneth Cott, you were wearing a foam engine block Sunday. You're very excited.
He's answering
What is
phones.
it going to take?
He's answering phones right now. He's going to pass along to the fellas.
Yeah, he'll pass along his take to Metro Detroit a little later. But listen, let's get after it. I really want to hear from the haters on this. I'm not mad that you don't buy in. I simply want to know what it's going to take for you to buy in. 248-539-9797. Does that sound reasonable? Is that okay?
No, it sounds good because, like I said, this ain't Team Mike, Team Rico. This is you, and you're
Correct.
a Lions fan, or you're a reformed Lions fan. You used to be a Lions fan. What will it take before you say yes? This is different. This
Correct.
isn't same old Lions.
I just want to see the depths of the haterade. So let's kick it off. Let's go to Steve. Stevie, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Hey,
Good, Steve. What's up?
Okay, listen, for me, they got to sweep their division rivals because that's the only thing that's, for me, that's going to make them legit. They've never done that in a long time. They haven't done it in my lifetime, and I'd like to see them do it. If they can do that, to me, they'd be legit.
Yeah, but how many teams sweep their divisional opponents ever?
Yeah, but it's only 6 games. You got Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay. It's only 6 games.
Yeah, but hold on. Let's say
Not
they
many
go.
teams, granted, not many teams do it. Not many teams do it. But for me, because they haven't won in so long, that's what they got to do.
But hold on, that doesn't make any sense. If they win 10 games, but they go 4-2 in the division, you're still pissed?
I'm not pissed, but for me, that's the start. That's what they'd have to do for me to make them legit.
But
you asked the
hold on a minute.
question.
I know, but I'm trying to understand it. If they win 10 games, who cares what the construction of the 10 games is?
No, it doesn't matter about that. To me, I don't care if they don't win 10. They can win 8 games, but at least beat your division rivals.
I need a beverage. This is how we're starting. This is how we're starting. And Rico, you didn't save me. I mean, you let me drown out here.
You kept asking questions.
I'm out here taking bullets.
You kept asking questions. The last time I cut somebody off, I got reprimanded. So you know what?
That can't. Some adult in the room tell me I cannot accept that.
The Titans were the number 1 seed last year, went 5-1 in the division. You don't go 6-0 in the division.
Right, it
That
doesn't
rarely
happen.
happen.
Hey, that was his criteria. You know what? You got a better chance of me having them go and win a playoff game than to sweep the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings. You go 5-1, and he's not happy because it's not a sweep of all three.
Right, it's insanity.
Hey, we asked the question, man.
I'm regretting it.
Let's see if Terry can help him out. What's up, Terry?
Yes, how you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
What's up, Tate?
Hey, but guys, look, this is what I needed to see from the Lions. The Commanders was a bad football team, and they got to win, and that's good. Lions fans, we glad they got to win. But what I need to see to really be on the bandwagon is that these next couple of games, some of these top teams they're getting ready to play, that the defense actually look like a defense. We're stopping people. We're not giving up 4-point-some yards a rush, and we're not. We take command of the game. We take command of the game. And the other thing I've seen too with the show on Hard Knocks is that we got a lot of coaches that's more emotional than the players. And I want to see somebody step up in that locker room when things are going bad and get in people's face. And then that's when I'm going to jump on the bandwagon.
All right.
So you need a defensive presence. You need to see a real defense in order to buy in. You don't think you can win on offense only. Okay. I disagree, but I understand.
And you guys
I
got to
can
remember,
tolerate that.
Hard Knocks, the cameras kind of picked and choose what they wanted to show you. So just because you saw Aaron Glenn and those guys really going nuts and going crazy, there could have been other players doing the same thing. Because according to Hard Knocks, man, DeAndre Swift is just passive. Whatever, man, Okay, fine. You want me to go here and run here, I'll do it. I'm sure that's not his personality. But he knew cameras are on. Fine. You're playing this up for the cameras. I'll let you play it up for the cameras. But he needs to see, Mikey needs to see fired up teams. Fired up teammates.
I mean, it beats the guy who's demanding an undefeated run through the division. So I guess I'll take it,
You
right?
mean that's not
progress.
possible? All right. Tanner.
Dude, I don't.
Whoops.
It's unbelievable to expect that, but okay. I mean, the hatred runs deep.
I got you. Tanner, you're on. What's going on?
Hey, guys. So last guy, I think Jamal Williams' speech and Cabinda's nostrils flaring is enough for me to get fired up. So I don't know what he's missing there. But what I need to see for this team to really show me that the tides are turning, just beat the Packers at home in Week 9. Just be better than the Packers Week 9 at home, and you'll have plenty to be excited about the rest of the way, I promise.
Let me ask you a question. So it has to boil down. I mean, obviously, I don't want to set up a scenario here where they lose every game up to Week 9, but then they win. I know you wouldn't be happy.
It's not going to happen.
Is there something beyond, I don't know, vanquishing the Pack? Like, what if their record is X, but they lose to the Pack? What if they're just playing really good football?
If they're healthy, if you're getting Taskell back and JMO back, and you play a great football game against the Packers, but you're still 5-3 or 4-4 at the conclusion of that game, I'm on board. We're watching competitive football, but yeah, I don't see a scenario in which they're going to lose to the Patriots and the Seahawks and then beat the Packers. It doesn't seem very likely, but if you could be 500 at the conclusion of the Packer game after Week 9, and you're seeing a healthy James Williams and Pascal, I'm pretty pleased.
You know what's interesting, too, now that you bring that up? Like, if I put my own expectations on there, I'm already bought in. But you know where I would really get disappointed? Is if they don't come out over the course of the next – first of all, if you lose to the Seahawks, that's atrocious.
That's a major setback.
I expect them to go to New England and win. I expect it.
See,
I demand it.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing about the NFL, Mike. The Seahawks will be a setback, but we see it every week where, my goodness, how did this team lose to that team?
Are you setting up losing to Nathaniel Hackett this weekend? Because I feel like you are.
I am not, Mike. I am not. It is just
we are
one of those,
on to Denver.
It's the NFL, and sometimes strange things happen. No one goes undefeated. You'll have a game where you're like, oh, my God, how did the Chiefs lose to this team? It happens. That's why I said I need the body of work. I need the entire season. Similar to what you said, Mike, I don't really care where the wins come from. So long as you get 10 wins, you're in the playoffs, and now do something. Because that's something I've never seen before. Well, I haven't seen in 30-some years of them just winning a playoff game.
4-4 headed into a matchup with the Packers. No?
No.
Okay. All right. I had to ask.
No.
I had to ask.
No. I need a season.
See, David, am I crazy? I'd be pretty hyped up at 4-4.
See, since we haven't had it in a long time, I think that's a reason to be hyped.
It's not. Because you know what I've learned, David, sitting across from this man? Set the bar high. Okay? Don't set the bar to just be 8-8, 8-9. No. Play to win the game.